Hi Priyanka, welcome to our show. We are the architect, and we'll be talking about a very important concept that has been talked by many of the architects and interior designers. People are still not aware about it, and that is weightless interiors, right? So, before going ahead, I would just like to know what is your thought and perspective on weightless interiors.
That is like fluid, open, and if you see, it's creating a lightness in interior space. If you go, it is like building a relationship between light, air, and human sense. These three are more important with space. We are trying to connect these things with the space. In the other concepts, like if you see, normally we practice modern minimalism and open layout concepts, but how they differ from this concept is like modern minimalism. We want to create a minimalistic space with zero decor, clear and uncluttered space, right? That is like modern minimalism. Open layout is like creating spaces without physical barriers. Whereas this weightless interiors go beyond that. It goes further beyond it. It makes us like feel the space lighter without heaviness. For example, if you take a staircase is necessary to transit from one level to another level. If you take minimalism, staircase is okay. Without decor, we are using a normal railing and we are having the steps. But in floating this thing of weightless interiors, it's about floating staircases. So floating staircases is like is made up of either a thin glass or a suspended cantilevered wood, like which is attached to the wall. The support is not visible. It is completely invisible. We feel staircase is there, but we feel it's like floating, creating that airy atmosphere. So that is called as weightless interiors.
Okay. So you mean to say it is something which is going to stand out and going to be above minimalistic term whether we go for like
Yeah.
minimal architecture
Yeah,
or
it's like
designing.
beyond minimalism.
Beyond that also.
Yeah, because minimalism, we just want to create spaces which is uncluttered, clean lines. We will still have sofa, furniture, bookshelves, and everything without that ornamentation. But here, no, the entire room feels very light.
Okay.
If you have a floating staircase in a house, you will feel okay. There is a space below that floating staircase as well. But whereas in minimalism, no, the staircase will be there. It will be like a normal structure. You won't feel that okay, there is something which feels it. It will be still heavy. The staircase will be still heavy. But this floating staircase, no, when we add it in a room, it will create something like airy feeling. It will be something different. The space, no, when you enter that space, it will make like very light. You will feel that lightness in that space, and it will be fluid as well. Like
Right.
you will not have that barrier between a living room or a staircase. It will be like coordinate, integrated, should be seen like fluid. So that's the concept of this weightless interior design. For example, if you think there are a lot of this kind of interior spaces, especially in commercial things. For example, one of the best one is like Apple Store in New York City, where they have used the spiral staircase completely made of glass and light. If you see, yeah, there is something which is like so that no, the store gets that complete light and optimization. You feel that is something different. It's there. The staircase is there. It is transmitted to the another floor, but still you feel like okay, the staircase is there without any barrier. You can see the surroundings as well.
Okay, perfectly. Perfectly explained the concept. Priyanka, I just want to know, as you said about the Apple Store, right? They went for a glass for
Yeah,
that weightless interiors
yeah,
concept. No? So, is it like material thing? Most materials that we see around in our market, right?
yeah.
It is like whatever you go for, it's always heavy. It's heavy to the eyes. It's heavy by weight. So, what kind of materials one should opt for when somebody is thinking about weightless interiors?
I completely agree. Actually, this is a good question. Like materialism, no, it's very important. Whenever we're dealing with the interior spaces, whatever materials we see around is like heavy. But we can, as a designer, it's our duty. How can we integrate those heavy materials and make the space light? There are two ways. One is like using the normally lighter materials like glass, transparent acrylic panels, then sheer fabrics into the interior design and make it super airy. Another one is like using reflective materials, like highly polished metals and panels. So no, we can use very minimal artificial lights. When the reflection is taking place and light is optimizing, it will look spacious and airy. Third one is like you can also integrate wood, and they are heavy materials, but we can use that material like in suspended or cantilevered design spaces and make it look uh, weightless.
It's all about making things look visually weightless.
Yeah,
Has to
true.
be designed that way, like wood and glass. This concrete, you said, sorry.
Yeah,
Wood
concrete.
and concrete, you said it is way heavier, like
Yeah, wait.
many other materials, but still it can be put in together.
Yeah. For example, if you see, it's about balance. If you're using a wood or a, for example, if you're entering a lobby which is made completely of a marble stone, okay. But if you're adding a open window which is full of glass near to it, that will feel less heavier. So the balance, the maintenance of balance might create a weightless interiors for you. It's not about just a material. It's just how this is where interiors, the designer's brain plays out. How can we perceive? And weightless interior is more about perception, how we perceive the space. That's why I said in the starting, it is a integration of space with light, air, and human sense. So it's about perception. Completely weightless interior is equal to perception, like how we perceive the things around us. So that's why incorporating materials also, whatever the material, using light material is fine. But using the heavy material to match with light material, no, it is like amazing job. Like we have to have that thing. So their designers is quite big. I think most of the designers have used it amazingly. For example, Foster and Partners designs. Whenever you see the interiors they have designed, no, it is amazing. Like they always try to integrate this lightweight material and this big heavy materials. I don't know. I just I mean they design. You have to check out that New York Apple store. It's best example. And another Apple store is also best example is like which we have in Mumbai, which is opened by recently in 2019. That is also an example. If you see entire panels will be glass, so you will feel that the integration between the outdoor and indoor.
Indoors.
That's again designed by Foster and Partners. So they will help. You will feel it's a very little concept. The impact is really great.
So it is structurally lightness also and visually lightness also. Both are included in weightless interiors. What is the difference between both of them?
Yeah, we can say weightless interiors and both structural lightness as well, visual lightness. Structural lightness, it's combined. Now we have a lot of engineered materials, if you see, like acrylic panels and composite panels, which have a texture of stones and those things, right? We have a lot of engineered materials. We can use those engineered materials to get a stone feel, but lighter material. Okay. And even though if you use that panels a lot, no, you will get a stone feeling. So it will be heavier. So it's again a designer's job to take care of that. You don't mess up with that heaviness. We have to be careful in choosing the materials there. So, best example for structural weightness would be, I think it's really structural. It's in Edge in Amsterdam. If you heard about it, it's designed by PLP architects. It's an amazing building from exterior both and interiors as well. It's fully glazed facade it has, but the cantilevered meeting rooms in lightweight composite materials, no, make them like a floating effect. They create a floating effect, maintaining energy efficiency and sustainability at the same time. It's a very amazing building, Edge architecture.
You just talk about sustainability, right? We all are looking forward something which is sustainable. Is it sustainable? Is it like something the concept, weightless concept is taking us towards sustainability?
Oh, yeah, actually, this completely weightless interiors is about sustainability also. So we can use recycled glasses and recycled materials. When I said about engineered wood, CLT comes to a play. Laminate, cross-laminated timbers, like which is doing a lot of impact in JAP. They are using most of the structures in cross-laminated timbers because they can dismantle it and use it again. They have a certain program run over in Japan for this sustainability. Like they cut wood from the trees, they just transfer it to a CLT. Again, what they do after sometimes the CLT, they have some timeline, like 50 to 100 years timeline. They have certain timelines for that material. Again, they dismantle that CLT material, bring it to the forest factory. They recycle it. And what they do is again they plant it as a tree, convert into seed or something, and they plant it as a tree. It's an amazing program. CLT engineering. So sustainability also plays a role. And most of the New York apartments as well, no, they are incorporating the CLT in their designs. There are a lot of projects by Big which they are considering CLT as a main materials. Even large scale skyscrapers are using CLTs. One of the largest skyscraper of CLT is in Norway, I guess. It's amazing, but I think Norway or I'm not unsure, Norway or Amsterdam, but it's amazing skyscraper. Even the interiors and exteriors. So, so yeah, definitely this weightless interiors and exteriors, no, it will be future, I think, and it will be sustainable. And recycled glasses and everything can be used. Even if you see recycled glass for the beauty for that airy feel, no, instead of the normal glass, it's weightless. The less is the material is very light compared to the glass we have. So I think sustainability is a key. The weightless interiors will be a key to sustainability.
Priyanka, moving on, we talked about the materials, we talked about the structural lightness and visual lightness. What about the colors, the lights, the reflection? Because everybody is always fascinated with colors. Everybody is very particular about colors. Is it possible to play with all of these three in term of weightless interiors, or it is bit difficult?
Actually, the concept of weightless interiors first evolved from color, light, and reflection. To be honest, I just forgot to say this and add this point in visual weightness, and it's also sustainable as well and budget friendly. To be
Okay.
honest, when you combine this color, light, and reflection, colors like you can use subtle, like neutral colors like beige and white for this thing, which will make the space spacious as well as light. And when you go to the color light, light is like you can use cheap, pretty cheaper LED strips and cove lighting, which you can create like hidden spaces. It will be like floating, suspended ceiling, like soft ethereal effect. You can create using this cheap lighting. And next one is like light reflections. Reflections, as I already said, you can use mirrors and eyeglass metals and eyeglassy panels. When you use this, no, the artificial light consumption will become less. And mirrors are pretty cheaper if you go to the lower end. At the same time, light is like the strip lights, LED strip lights and cove lighting, no, it will cost you less compared to the overhang lights. And next comes the color. Color paint is normal thing. We have to do it in the house. Choosing a minimal light, again, which will create a weightless interior. So this is again sustainable. You don't want to go with recycled materials or some like some great materials like CLT, which is like CLT is like we can't create CLT in India. That's why CLT is not a success thing in India, whereas while it is good in other countries, because we have to export CLT.
Oh,
That's
that's
why
why.
in India it's like there are some legal constraints in cutting woods and everything. So it is totally prohibited in India. Only CLTs and other wood products, no, we get that are exported to India. We can't import. That's why you can't see more CLT buildings in India, whereas it's becoming a common practice in other countries. So definitely this color. So instead of going to such materials, you can go to this color, light, and reflection, basic materials we have around us, and create a beautiful weightless interior spaces. The colors, as I said, white and beige, pastel colors as well provides you a weightless interior space. Next one, light. You can use cove lighting, cheap lighting, and cheap LED strip lightings. That will be helpful instead of going for the overhang lightings and costly ones. You can go to the cheaper ones and even make this space looks lighter. And third one is like reflection. Of course, we can find mirrors everywhere. Even the mirror which are broken, like which is not in use, no, you can refurbish it and use it for your spaces. And always mirrors are a great element to make the space look spacious. If you're, I earlier used to work in one of the firms in Bangalore, and there, the architects always uses mirror when the room is small. She uses the mirrors to make the look bigger. So when you place a mirror opposite to each other, the space becomes almost bigger. when mirrors are used, no, when especially opposite, like opposite, if you use a mirror, even if it is used in the small space, the room will be looking bigger if you use a mirror there. So that kind of reflective effect can be created by mirrors, as well as by the highly polished metals as well. So I definitely think color, light, and reflective materials are key in creating hairy spaces. And if you're creating a weightless interiors, no, you can find any one of them in that design.
Okay. So you're talking about, colors, lighting, reflections, which adds to the aesthetics. We create a benchmark of aesthetics and style along, when we go with this weightless interiors and serving the functionality of the space.
Yes, as I said before, we can definitely create a aesthetic benchmark. The best example, again, I'm going with the Apple Store. Like it's a Apple Visitor Center. I don't know, actually, it's just when I choose this topic, no weightless interiors, even for something, somewhere to speak, I really got obsessed with different Apple stores and how they have incorporated these elements there. You definitely have to check out Apple Visitor Stores in Cupertino. It's amazing. Like, it's completely again of a glass panels and carbon fiber material has been used for roofing. So it's like the roof is there and glass is there. You just have that blend between the outdoor and indoor space. So it creates a aesthetic benchmark there, and it gives a different vibe for the people, and it's free for visitors. So it gives that safety and security for the people who are visiting there as well. It's light at the same time. It's providing security for newcomers as well. And it's amazing, and even the furniture arrangements and everything. No, when you check out there, it's really amazing. That Cupertino one. And it's again by Foster and Partners. I just don't want, I'm not doing any marketing for them, but it's really, really, really
But they
amazing.
have impressed you, or you have been blown away with their concept.
Yeah, it's something.
Something.
Yeah, it's there in my mind. And that was in 2016. They have used the same concept in Mumbai as well in India, in the same Apple store. But it's kind of different concept. But you can understand the similarity between them. Same goes for New York store. This three has a better one connection that makes it like weightless interiors. Okay, we can incorporate in different ways and commercial spaces. Even no aesthetic benchmarks when it comes now, you can set up in boutiques where they use this floating shelves. There also in that way also we can incorporate this thing. So definitely it's a good thing for aesthetic, good thing for setting aesthetic benchmark.
That is really, really, lighten up my lots and lots of queries. And the concept for weightless is now way more clear to me in comparison to as it was before. But Priyanka, very most important thing, you said in your whole talk that it's budget friendly to an
Yeah.
extent. So, as a client, if I'm a client, I would love to know, like, is it actually budget friendly, or it's one time investment with very minimum, like on zero maintenance, or it is budget friendly with zero maintenance? How it going to affect the pocket of a common man, and how it's going to go?
To be honest, actually, I mentioned earlier itself, like we can every design, no, can be both high end and low budget friendly. When you comes to this budget friendly thing, you can incorporate the weightless interiors in two different ways. One example, what I said was using color, light, and reflective materials, like budget friendly materials we can incorporate in our residential commercial buildings. When you go to higher end friendly, there comes I told you about the Edge Amsterdam and this thing where they have used carbon fibers and composite panels, which is quite costlier compared to the cheaper version. So it can be done in both the ways. It's our job as a designer to explain them. Like if we use this material, this will be the in outcome, and we have to be clear in our line. I would say, like if you want to go, if the client budget is like this much, we have to use certain materials. Like we can create this weightless interiors by incorporating just color, which is necessary, which will be using by painting. Next one is like light. Of course, light is necessary in every spaces. We can use like quality LED strips and overhang lights or something, chandeliers or something like that we can use. And reflective materials, which is their polished surfaces are quite cheap. And mirrors, of course, you will get it in a good way. So we can incorporate this in our design and we can create a good budget friendly space. If it is a high-end client, we can go for solar, like less heated panel, glass walls, carbon fiber in our designs, roofing, and we can create floating staircases like cantilever staircases, and we can create ceilings which can be like a cloud floating, especially in commercial spaces. And we can use like ropes to create something interesting. If it is a commercial space, you can use ropes like where the support is visible, but it is less visible to the clients. See, in that way, we can create. So, this budget friendliness, we can do it in both the ways. Just depend upon who we are designing and what we are designing, how we are integrating that materials. That's more important when designing not only weightless interiors. I think most of the design, it is like that, I feel.
Okay. So this means you can, serve the need of every type of client, whether the budget is low, whether the budget is high. You don't have to worry about it because this concept can be provided to every client at any budget.
Yeah, at any budget, yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we will have, there should be some minimal budget and the design will vary accordingly. The design will not be same, but we can't expect a low budget thing with a high design like parametrism. That we can't expect, but we can incorporate.
Okay. So there is an, niche for every kind of a client. There's kind of things you can go for, but it's not restricted to a high client. That's what I mean to say. Like everybody can afford it.
Yeah, everybody can afford it.
Okay. And what is the benefit of weightless interiors for a common man? Like we are going sustainable. We helping this it structurally also. We are doing it budget wise also. It can, go up and down. What it's going to enhance in their house? How the weightless interior is going to enhance their house? When the person from another place comes and visit their house, is it going to be more appealing in comparison to another ones who's in normal interiors house or something like that? It's going to be like, wow, what is this? It's such a subtle or there is it something different?
Yeah, actually, definitely weightless interior will create a different atmosphere than a minimalism. It will just make you a room. When you enter itself, it will make you feel like, oh, wow, this is like peaceful.
This
This
is
is like,
different.
yeah, this is just, it is not filled completely, but there are the amendments which is required, which is necessary is also there. But it is not filled as well. But I might even suggest this concept for people who wanted a ultra luxurious house, which then they have to be filled with everything. It is suggested for people who expects, okay, I want a space to just feel calm, peaceful, and it should be very spacious. I just want to feel that again. It's a sense that we create with a space. Like when you visit different place, you will feel different kind of emotions. This weightless interiors will create you. This is like simple and it's like nice, airy, and I feel very light about this space. That thing will come, it will definitely create an impact on people visiting that space. Generally, this material, when this is adaptable, this weightless interiors, no, it is adaptable. We can change the interior, like we can use it for future as well. You can, when you're creating a weightless space, no, you can try to change it. And one point I missed out when you asked about the budget friendliness and long-term investments. If you go for budget friendly thing, no, it is like okay, maintenance can be like we have to maintain 5 to 10 like 5 to 10 years. But when you go for this carbon fiber high budget things, it is a longer investment to be honest, and the maintenance will also be less because self cleaning glasses are now existing. Those type, when you use this type of things, it will minimize more lot of budgets. Especially we have to, if we are using glasses, we definitely have to clean it once in a month to have a that great. So it's a long time investment if we go for budget friend, like I in process. Whereas budget friendly, it is like okay, it's like minimal. It's like normal house. So coming up to the sorry to interrupt and go there. So when we come at it, definitely were the normal humans because you will like floating staircase. You won't like floating staircase, but
Yep, you will love it.
everybody will like. But the thing is, like some people will have that feeling. Like design is for like you can't. Design is for particular people. You can't just normalize it for everyone because some people will be scared of heights and they can't go in floating surface staircases. So we should consider that as well. So there are certain restrictions and certain things that we have to consider while designing this particularly weightless interiors, because some will be like when you use a suspended ceiling or something, some will feel like, oh, it will fall down on our head. They will have such feelings. So it depends
When you
upon
do
the
have some kind of phobias.
phobia. So we have to completely rely on client psychology for that. If they are fine, then that's fine. If it is not, we have to cross check, and we have to consider there are restrictions. I don't think this won't come with a restriction. Definitely, weightless interiors have a restriction, especially floating furnitures and everything. No, it won't be normal. We can't.
Floating furniture won't be normal for everybody.
And yeah, no, it won't be normal for everyone. So I think it is quite, it can give a wow factor, but it also depends on the psychology of people. Especially when we are designing it in a public space, no, it has a lot of impact. When you're designing for residential space, then it's fine. If you're okay with it, then we can design. But public spaces, we have to consider what type of people will be there. There again, the human-centric design comes to a play.
So, Priyanka, in the very beginning, I was bit unsure about how this will go. But as we went with the talk, I really enjoyed the concept of weightless interiors. Earlier, I was like, okay, you are imagining it. Will it be possible to implement? But the terms or the pointers that you have brought in front that actually made me feel ki yes, it's possible to go for weightless interiors and make it count. So I hope there'll be lots and lots of projects, and it was amazing talking to you on this concept. Thank you so much for your time, for your knowledge, and to bring it to all of us. It was amazing. Seriously, it is the research, the pointers that you are talking about, that's commendable.
Thank you so much, Aditi, and it's a pleasure. It was like honor, like I'm sharing my knowledge. I like to share it with people. That's why I want to teach. So it's amazing. And actually have few projects if you have a time. And if it want to be in podcast, it's fine. Otherwise, I will show you.
Definitely, we will be talking next time with you on your project. And if you will be requiring some interns or assistants, do let us know. We will tell our audience, and soon they can approach you with their resume and their portfolios.
Definitely healthy. We will hope for the best.
Definitely. My wishes are totally with you. And I just hope this comes up with a blast in our society. And it was amazing.
Yeah, definitely it will create an impact. I think more architects are thinking in that way.
Definitely, I hope to see more and more interiors which turn out to be weightless because nobody wants to lose the volume. Nobody wants to lose the carpet area. Nothing they want to lose. They just want to keep it as it is. And I think weightless interiors is something which will enhance. Right? Let's hope for the best. Thank you once again for being with us, and we'll get back to you for your project soon.
Yeah, sure, Aditi, definitely. Yeah, I'm inspired. Like, thank you for giving me the opportunity as well. And it's amazing questions, and I really enjoyed them. And thank you for giving me opportunity to express myself in such a arena.
Pleasure, our pleasure, Priyanka. Take care.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.